G'day everyone. It's been a lot of criticism and commentary from people on free speech. This is a free speech tour that Luke and I are doing with Lauren Southern and Stefan Molyneux, and a lot of people are accusing us of hypocrisy because they think we're stifling free speech. So here's my thoughts on what free speech is, and here's my thoughts on why I don't think we're being hypocritical in the slightest bit, not in the least bit. And my accusation of those critics is that you don't understand what you're talking about. But in the spirit of free speech, argue with me. Convince me I'm wrong. Provide the logic and the evidence, and I'll lay out for you my reason and my ration. Free speech. If I'm holding an event and I pay for a venue and I invite speakers and I pay for those speakers and I sell tickets and people buy tickets to hear those speakers in that venue, that is free speech being exercised. It's free because nobody else has the right to stop me doing those things. There is a natural right, not granted by government, but protected by government, if the government is just. The free speech, the right to express yourself politically, your convictions, your beliefs, that is a right that nobody has any business impeding, restricting, or curbing in any way whatsoever. So here's where free speech stops. You don't have the right to impose on that event. I don't have an obligation to share that event, to share that platform, any more than I have to share the front wall of my house with you to communicate your political opinions in graffiti. That's mine. It's not on offer publicly. It's not an offer that's available for anyone and everyone. It's mine, and I get to express my free speech there, or nothing if I want. Same as the wall on my Facebook page. I get to say what goes there, what doesn't. If I put a message there, that's my right to free speech being expressed. Me censoring you, moderating you, deleting you, blocking you, that's not curbing your right to free speech. You have your own wall, and I don't seek to interfere with that right whatsoever. Go to Facebook, get your own page, do your own thing, and I won't care. I won't try and get the government to stop you. I won't criticize you for saying what you want on your property. That's yours. Do what you want. I don't really care about it. Now, if I wanted to stop you from saying things on your Facebook wall, that would be me interfering with your speech. When I stop you from saying things on my Facebook wall, that's not curbing your right to free speech. No one's stopping you having a voice, having a platform. All you're not getting is my platform. Same thing in an event. If you don't get to have the microphone for half an hour in an event, in a venue with speakers that I've paid for to listen to an audience that have come to hear the things that have been advertised, not you, that's not curbing your right to free speech. You can hire the venue, you can advertise it, you can sell tickets the next day. The same platform is available to you without censorship. There's no limitation to your free speech whatsoever. For the record, critics with considered civil engagement in any kind of debate are welcome at these events. Buy a ticket like everyone else, ask a question like everyone else. Nobody's come and paid a ticket to hear your philosophy, so you will be required to keep it brief, keep it efficient, but you're welcome to challenge the ideas that are being put forward. You're welcome to pose a logical argument. Again, for the sake of the type of event we're holding, people aren't coming to hear you, they're coming to hear the speakers that they've paid good money to hear. And you can either like it or hire the venue yourself next day. That's free speech. You get to hire the venue yourself. You get to create your own platform yourself. You get to do that without government interference. And that's the definition of free speech. I don't owe you free speech. The government owes you free speech. If you want to come and protest my event, you're welcome to do that. Obey the laws, keep it peaceful, stand out front, and flap your gums for all your heart's content. No one's going to limit your right to do that. I'm not going to say go away. Just don't trespass the private property. That's completely your right to go on your property or public property and say what you want, where you want, without inciting violence, without harassing, intimidating, bullying, or terrorizing the people you don't like. All that says is you're a complete flipping moron who can't muster an actual argument. If you need to rely on strategies of terrorizing people you disagree with, it's a criticism of your intelligence, nobody else's. So suck it up, princess. Use your free speech, hire the venue yourself, create your own Facebook page, do what you want, but don't say that's hypocritical, because all I'm doing is asking for zero interference from the government. Enforce the natural laws, uphold a civil society, uphold the right to peaceful assembly and political expression. These things are the rights that the government should protect. And your right to free speech does not grant you the right to curb somebody else's right to free speech. If the government wants to be interested in anybody at these events, it should be interested in the people who are promising to disturb the peace, who are promising to be disruptive, not the people who want to show a documentary, give a couple of lectures, and take questions. There's no risk to society. There's no hate or violence in any of that whatsoever. There's no terrorism or extremism. So guys, if you want to know what free speech is, it's me keeping my nose out of your business. I can talk about it all day long, but if you don't want to be offended, I've got this great advice for you. Don't come. Don't buy a ticket. Don't listen. Don't engage. Stay in your echo chamber and you'll be right. But if you are going to leave your echo chamber, you do so at the risk of being offended. You do so at the risk of finding out that you might be wrong. And if being wrong is a terrible thing for you, if being criticized is a physical wound for you that you cannot recover from, then please don't come. Please don't engage in the rest of society. Please don't take the risk of finding out that you're wrong, that your ideas could be improved, because that's why I am doing this. If I could be wrong, I want to be persuaded. And until I'm persuaded that I'm wrong, I'm persuaded that I'm right. And I will engage in free speech. I will engage in the right to peacefully assemble. I will engage in the right to political expression. I will engage in freedom of religion and my conscience to articulate and bring people with me. It's not a need to win. It's a need for truth to prevail. One of my favorite pieces of ancient wisdom says, "Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses." I don't need you to stroke my ego. I need the people I trust, the people I respect, the people with sound arguments, with well thought through education, research, facts, evidence, data, logic. I need those people to tell me if I'm wrong, and I will return the favor. And if you're not interested, don't listen. How wonderful, how beautiful. All you have to do is respect the laws of a civil society. Don't trespass, don't incite violence, don't harass, intimidate, and bully. It's only insulting to your own intelligence if you need to resort to those things. Hiring a venue, giving a public lecture, selling tickets is not forcing anything on anybody. It's not hurting anybody. If you don't want to be offended, if you don't want your precious little snowflake feelings hurt, don't come. Don't expose yourself to that robust kind of thinking and intellectual honesty, interrogating your own convictions and ideas, because you just might get offended. You just might get hurt. You might just be wrong. But you know what? I would rather be offended, find out I'm wrong, and then walk in the truth, walk in the light. I would rather figure out how to do life better than forever persist in the comfortable ignorance of deluded echo chambers. And that's why we hold these events. That's why we have these debates. That's why we open up the mic and say, have you got a good point to make? Have you got a good question? because you've got 30 seconds at the microphone to do it. And then we'll think about it. Then we'll answer it. And you could be right. It has happened before. I have changed my mind on major social issues, major law and order issues. I have done when I've been persuaded by the evidence. I'm open to changing my mind. I don't hate the thought of being wrong. I hate the thought of being wrong and not knowing it. I hate the thought of never finding out. I hate the thought of being wrong and sharing that with other people and causing them to be wrong. These are the things that cause me to lose sleep. Being contradicted doesn't worry me. Being wrong, not for the sake of my ego, but for the sake of my enlightenment, my revelation, that worries me. And so the people that I respect and trust, the people who can mount an argument, I love hanging out with people who believe differently to me and can have an intellectual, honest engagement without making it personal or angry. Like, get your stupid feelings out of it. I just don't give a rip. I really don't care about your feelings. What I'm interested in is truth. Because the society is not built comfortably or confidently. There's no future on feelings. There's no foundation to build anything on feelings. That is just fantasy. So, free speech. I'll wrap it up. Free speech is you have exactly the same right to do everything, to say everything, to do everything that we're doing when we engage in alternate media. Go start your own YouTube channel. Go start your own Facebook page. Go hold your own event. That is free speech. Me entertaining ridiculous rhetoric, trolling and silly arguments on my page. Look, say something smart or shut up. Say something intelligent or shut up. But these little nitpicky things, look, Ben Shapiro doesn't delete anything or block anyone. More power to him. I don't have that patience. Say something smart, say something intelligent, say something civil, say something constructive, or go away. Just not interested in the least bit at all. And that's not a hypocritical violation of your speech, your free speech rights. I fully encourage you to go and build your own platform and exercise all the rhetorical arguments you can. I fully encourage you to invest your own money and host events convincing other people of the power of your position. Please do. A society is built stronger by a robust competition of ideas. And that's the key word, guys. It's not about your identity. It's not about my identity. It's not about individuals. It's about ideas. It's about issues. Let's see those things compete. Let's see those things contested. Let's see my ideas challenged. But you get every right to do that under law and under civil society and under commercial agreements and arrangements with Facebook and venues and Twitter and YouTube, as anybody else does. I don't have the power to take those things away from you, and I don't want the government to have the power to take those things away from you. That is a consistent integrity of the principle of free speech. So don't dare call me a hypocrite if I don't share the platform I build with you. Don't call me inconsistent or hypocritical if I don't share the platform that I've paid for with you. Get your own. That's free speech.